Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another perfume review video. My name is Naz. This is my channel, the King of Hidden Gems. I try to bring to your attention fragrances are usually very good value for money. They smell good, they're usually on the radar, not many people talk about them. I think at least you should do your research, try them for yourself and see if they're any good to you. So in this video I have another unboxing and first impression for you, and this is the designer brand from United Kingdom, and this is John Richmond. John Richmond is been around for I think since 1980s, and their main business obviously is clothing, and their clothings are on the unusual side, a little bit edgy, artistic, and also gothic, rock and roll, all these things, a bit quirky. So they are quite famous for these things, and they've been venturing to perfumes or fragrances for the last 15 years or so. And I unboxed and reviewed John Richmond for Men, which was delicious, beautifully classical, fresh, aquatic, spicy, woody fragrance that was top notch, especially for a price. So when I saw this new release, which came out just few days or few weeks ago, I had to get it to see how much, how they're doing. And the good news here is this one is not only just a new release, but they're using quite a famous perfumer for it. So the perfumer for this one is Lucas Swazak. So Lucas Swazak is quite famous in the fragrance community. He's been responsible for many fragrances, and that piqued my interest. So let's see how it goes. But before I do the unboxing, please, if you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. Show me love, show me some support to bring you fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. They're on the radar, they're very unknown, they are almost unheard of, but I think some of them need more traction, more attention from the fragrance community. Thank you very much for your support, and let's go. Sorry about the noise. When you do unboxing, you can't do anything about it. So this one retails for £75, and at the moment, for some strange reason, you can only buy it in Italy. I don't know what's happening there. Even John Richmond's own website in United Kingdom doesn't have it, but because it's just a new release, just released a few days ago, if you're interested, you have to be patient and see if it becomes available in the next few days and weeks. I didn't pay £75 retails for it because somebody was selling on eBay. I bought it for a very good price, and let's see how it goes. So as you can see, very simple box, black, but with some silver writing. It says hardcore religion to a Dancebeat. The name piqued my interest as well. From John Richmond, this is aimed for men, and it's 100 ml eau de toilette. And let's go. So let's see how is the bottle. Whoa, the bottle is super heavy, and it looks like it looks like they went for, what do you call it, it's like it's been used before, it's like recycled or upcycled and things like that. So it's embossed JR, which is for John Richmond, embossed in the bottom of it, and in front of it is embossed as well. Very impressive. Hardcore religion to a Dancebeat, John Richmond, is all embossed. Very, very impressive. So the cap is massive, but it's got a weight to it, but it's plastic. And look at this. This is like some sort of gothic or some sort of fetish or whatever you call it. Anyway, so the atomizer is modern and silver, dark silver, and here we go. Oh dear. Okay, that's better. Alright, the atomizer actually is quite good, but it was for a little bit stuck at the moment, in the beginning. Anyway, so how is the... Whoa, very strong. Whoa, it's filling the room already. Goodness me. Okay, so let's see how it smells. This one is John Richmond Hardcore Religion to the Dancebeat. Wow. So because their theme overall is quite unusual, this is a little bit on the unusual side. It's a little bit on the artistic side, unusual side. I'm smelling quite earthiness in here. I'm smelling some fruitiness, and also the base is quite woody. Yeah, very, very woody, and I'm smelling something like immortal, you know. Sometimes immortal gives a feeling of dustiness and mud and things like that, but in a good way, obviously. Yeah, I'm smelling something like immortal in here. You're giving it that edgy, sensual, and also a little bit unusual, artistic, very, very woody, and it's green, and it's grassy. It is leafy. It is a little bit on the coniferous side. Wow, but the sweetness is very minimalistic at the moment. There's a hint of sweetness in here, but it's very, very small at the moment. 10 being the sweetest fragrance ever. This is around 4 to 5, so it is on the moderate side. Almost there is no sweetness in here, but it's balancing well with other notes in here. Do I smell leather? It smells like leather, maybe suede leather, but it's got a depth to it, and it's got something in the background like a leather to it as well. So let me see what they say in terms of note breakdown, and we take it from there. Alright, so in terms of note breakdown, this is from their own website, which is Italian website. On top we have apple, bergamot and coriander. In the mid we have cedar, cinnamon, rose and vetiver. And in the base we have amber, cashmere wood and musk. Wow, so there's no immortal mention in here, but I'm smelling something like, yeah, something like immortal, or maybe it's a combination of notes in here giving me that feeling of it. So it says apple and bergamot. To be honest with you, it doesn't feel that much fruitiness as well. Yeah, hint of fruitiness in here, but it gets lost very easy. Coriander, yes, big coriander in here, making it very green, herbal. It's a bit grassy, it's a bit coniferous. And the cedar, the combination of the cedar and the coriander here, giving it that woody, leafy feel overall. The cinnamon, yeah, hint of cinnamon, but because it doesn't have that much sweetness, it's like cinnamon on the spicy side of things, but without the sweetness, if you get what I'm saying. Vetiver, yeah, again, the vetiver giving it that green grassy feel to it. Yeah, that green grassy feel is very strong in here. It's quite ambery, but the amber in here is quite fluffy and effervescent and transparent amber. It's not a deep dark amber. Cashmere wood, I'm getting woodiness in the base, very, very big woodiness. Overall, the woodiness of it is almost taking over, but to be honest with you, is mostly cedar and sandalwood I'm smelling rather than cashmere. Yeah, but it could be cashmere wood in here, just a hint of it. But I can't get over that immortal feel or immortal smell, because they're not mentioning it, and also some leathery aspect to it, which is they're not mentioning again. But overall, if you like minimal sweetness in fragrances, this is for you. It doesn't have that much sweetness, if any, and it's very deep and dense. Not deep and dense, but it is earthy, green, grassy, leafy, a little bit of balsamicness to it, a little bit of coniferous feel to it. So overall, they went for something quite unusual, which is their theme anyway, because their theme of clothings are in the unusual realms. They never go with the trend in the market, and this one, it's not trend in the market either. It's just completely reverse of the trend what is in the market. At the moment, it's not jumping off my skin too much, which is quite worrying. Let's see, it might need a little bit of air to open up, but at the moment it's not giving me the oomph. Okay, overall it is the toilet, and we're not expecting a massive deep strong fragrance, but overall it should perform, or at least I'm expecting it to perform quite well. But right now it doesn't push out too much, but smells great, smells artistic, smells unusual, smells completely against the trend what is today in the market. It smells like something from the 80s and 90s, easy. Smells quite classic, smells very, very masculine. This is I don't think it's a good idea for a lady to wear it, but obviously if you like this kind of fragrances and you're a lady, who am I to say not to wear, fragrances don't have gender, it's all marketing. But to my nose, it's quite masculine in here. So the apple and bergamot just get lost easy. Coriander, big. Not only coriander, I'm smelling more greenness, so more green, and these greens are deep and dense greens, like something like maybe even an oak moss. Yes, feel like oak moss. Yes, feels like oak moss, or pine, pine wood, or pine leaf. Yeah, pine leaf. Smells like pine leaf or oak moss to me, because it's very, very green in the base, and it's very earthy, and it's very it's a bit dusty, it's a bit powdery in the same time. Yeah, it's about powderiness in here, but I can't get over that immortal smell. Like, where's that come from, Anyway, the vetiver, I get big coriander, yes. Cedar, yes. Vetiver, yes. Rose, I'm not getting that much. Yeah, maybe hint of rose in the background, but again, it's not a big player. Maybe later on it will develop and it changes, and it becomes more and more apparent, but at the moment is wholly in the background. Musk, I'm getting hint of muskiness, not too much again. And amber again is very fluffy, and amber, effervescent amber, is not a deep dense amber. So I'm getting a little bit of leathery feel to it, which is not mentioning leather at all, or suede, between leather and suede. And also I'm smelling earthiness. Maybe there is a patchouli in here, which is not mentioning. Is it patchouli? Is it the vetiver? The vetiver is there, but it's not a typical vetiver. Because the vetiver comes in a varieties. Either it's a fresh vetiver, or it's fresh and clean, or you get a green, very dense and danky, and a little bit on the animalic side and things like that. In here, none of those. It's like in between of these two. It's not clean and it's not animalic either. So yeah, a little bit on the, I don't know, the note breakdown doesn't correspond. I'm not sure if it's correct or not, but to my nose, it feels very woody, yes, very green, very earthy. It's a little bit on the leathery side, and also I'm getting something like immortal feel to it. Rose, I'm not getting that much. Apple and bergamot, hint, maybe just a hint. Coriander, very big. See that big. Cinnamon, yes, but it's not a sweet cinnamon in here. And the vetiver is big. Again, the vetiver is giving it that green grassy feel. Cashmere wood, yes, maybe even sandalwood in here. Musk, hint of musk, and also leathery, earthy, green, balsamic, little bit of camphorous feel here as well. So if you like what I described, yes, but let me see how is the performance, because at the moment it doesn't jump off skin too much. That could be a worrying sign. But for the smell, it's very unusual. It's very artistic. It's not a typical fragrance that you find in the market these days, which could be either a good thing or a bad thing for some people. Some people will love it because of that. Some people will hate it because of that. So you need to know which camp you are in. At the moment, I'm on the fence for a few reasons. One is is not jumping off my skin too much. And the other one is I'm a little bit on the confused side because the notes breakdown, it doesn't correspond that much to the fragrance itself. Wow. Smells very unusual. So this is not for everybody, definitely, and this is definitely on the mature side. I would say 25 and up to me is the safe side minimum. It says hardcore religion. To me smells like prayer, smells like church, smells like, is there incense in here? It smells like incense, hint of incense as well. Anyway, so it smells like church, it smells like temple, smells like mosque. Not the typical smell of those ones, but it just gives me the feel of them. Okay, so it says the hardcore religion, and for some reason it gives me that when people are praying or humming or singing in a temple, or anywhere that there's a worship going on, it gives me that feeling for some reason. But in the same time, it's very unusual. It's quite different for what it is in the market these days, and for that, again, it could be a good or a bad thing. In the next video, I'll let you know my thoughts, because at the moment I'm on the fence. I was expecting a little bit different thing in here, but I'm getting completely different genre of perfumery, and anyway, I'm a bit confused right now. Okay guys, if you have it, if you know it, if you tried it, let us know your experience. That would be useful for others to read. If you like what I do, if you find it useful, informative, valuable, or entertaining, don't forget to hit those buttons. This way help me, encourage me, motivate me to bring you, or not to bring you, fragrances like this in future that nobody else is talking about. An amazing value for money, they smell great, and they could be a hidden gem. This one, I'm not sure yet. If you want to purchase one of my own perfumes, yes, now you're talking. They are ultra beast mode, 100% natural, amazing value for money. They smell great. They smell super artistic, very, very unusual, but they smell good, and they grab you the second you put on your skin, and you don't need much of it because they are very, very big in terms of personality and in terms of performance. I put more than 60% perfume, pure perfume oils in my perfumes, which is unheard of, and you're getting a highest ratio for what you pay, what you get. I leave them in the link as well. Thank you very much as always, and I'll see you later. Bye bye bye.